Fenty for accepting this challenge debate, and thank you, Woodland Terrace, for hosting this morning, and thank God for this beautiful weather today. I want to make it clear that my challenge to Adrian Fenty wasn't about a theatrical stunt. It wasn't trying to be cute, but it really was an effort to provide a very clear conversation for the voters of this city to size up these candidates. This is an extremely important election. I come from a background and an area very similar to this. And my testimony is that with a good public education, access to affordable housing when my husband and I needed it early in our marriage, access to good public health care, that I was able to use those good government services and move from low-income housing to being president and CEO of one of the largest companies in this city. I don't take that journey, nor do I take those experiences for granted. I learned a lot along the way. A lot of executive experience and a lot about this community because of my over 20 years of working not only in the corporate sector and the leadership that I provided there, but also to serve this city from the grassroots organizations such as the High Tea Society to leading regional organizations like Leadership Greater Washington. And what I have learned is that we are a city that is divided. The opportunity gap, as I call it, is wide and growing. And I want to serve as your mayor because that's where I want to focus. We can build all the shiny new buildings that we want in this city, but until we focus on and invest in our most precious resource, our people, the progress this city has made over the last few years for some will not be sustainable for any of us. So I want you to listen this morning. Listen to us. Listen to our plans. Size us up. Because I repeat, this is an important election. And it gets down to who's got the right stuff, who's got the right background, who has the right experience to love this city and lead it forward. I ask for your vote. And I tell you, those who say, Marie Johns, and I hear this all the time, she is the best candidate, but can she win? And you know what? I will win if you vote for me.
Well, good morning, everyone. I certainly do say good morning to my challenger, Marie Johns, and thank you also for coming out to Woodland Terrace today. Yeah, I've been in the city all my life, and the District of Columbia, really has started to make progress over the past 6 to 8 years, and I'm proud to have been a part of that progress as a city council member. Yeah, in many areas of the city, you walk the streets, and I know my challenger knows as well. People say, wow, the city has never done better. We balance in the budget. There's greater efficiency and responsiveness and professionalism in government. And just keep going in the right direction. And I think we need to in those areas where places are going well. And the government needs to keep succeeding in areas where it's doing well. But the District of Columbia is a great city because of its diversity. Because we have people from all different backgrounds. Because we have people who know that the city government should work better for them. And as I walk the neighborhoods of Woodland Terrace and Berry Farms and Clay Terrace and other areas east of the river and some west of the river, where they just haven't seen that prosperity, to me, nothing strikes louder than we are the nation's capital, the United States of America. And if we are really going to be serious about having true leadership in the mayor's office, then we have to have somebody in the mayor's office who is just as active, who is just as visible, who is just as committed to putting police on the streets, to making sure we have excellent schools. If you call your District of Columbia government, and especially if you call the mayor of the District of Columbia, you can expect to get somebody on the phone, somebody to email you back, somebody who will be in your community. A lot of things will be said during this debate. If you're running for mayor of the District of Columbia, any big city, you've got to be willing to take everything that's dished out. But I think what people will tell you, if they talk about Adrian Fenty, and all of my opponents will agree, no one works harder. No one's not done any more gold. No one's been across this city more in the past 15 months, talking with people from all different backgrounds. And then you can talk to the people who I've represented for the past 6 years. Talk to the residents of Ward 4. Ask them who is at the homicide scenes, who is at the groundbreakings, who makes sure that the government does what they say they're going to do. That is why. That is why people are responding to this campaign. Because they're tired of politicians campaigning for not coming around after they get elected. As Calvin Woodland is saying, we've been here in Woodland Terrace when there have been homicides on Alabama Avenue. This is my first time. And we've been here for the last 2 Father's Days. And we'll continue to be here for the residents of Woodlawn Terrace and the rest of the city. Thank you very much. I look forward to it.
At this time, we're going to open the floor for questions for the 2 candidates. You come up to the mic.
Good morning, everyone. I'm a DC native. I just recently moved back to the city I don't know the statistics, but what strikes me, and I think one of the most important issues, is the issue of the schooling for our youth. And I want to know specifically, I know the money's not available, but I want to know specific solutions that you 2 candidates have to upgrade and to make the school system better so that, for example, residents like myself move in, feel comfortable with sending their children into the school system in D.C., and so that we can just do something to kind of address the huge dropout rate and the youth that are going to be progressing in the future.
I asked Marie Johns if it would be okay if we would just alternate answering first. If you read my literature, and if you've read anything I put together since June 1st of 2005 when I announced my campaign, we said from day one that I'm going to appoint a deputy mayor for education. You know, I sat on the city government for 6 years. I think we've got a lot accomplished. We have 4 deputy mayors. But when the mayor sits down to talk with his deputy mayors, there's no one there to talk about education. We need to have a deputy mayor for education because the mayor has enormous control right now. The mayor submits the budget to the council. There's nothing in the Home Rule Act or anywhere else that says that that budget should be a rubber stamp of what's submitted from the Board of Education. The mayor also has great control over facilities.